Hi, this is Xavier from AXP Racing. Today we talk about the new skid plate for the Aprilia 660 Touareg or Touareg for this bike. First, let's talk about the skid plate itself. It's made of high-density polyethylene plastic 8 mm thick, which is about 30 to 40% lighter than the same product in aluminium. We have a product which is fully welded inside and outside. We offer a full protection of the front of the oil filter, and we avoid the mud to come inside. We put some holes to save the airflow cooling. On the right side we protect the case. On the left side, the case plus the water pump. And finally, we designed a small plate for the linkage, which is fitted separately in order to save the compatibility with or without a center stand. About the total weight, we are at 3.8 kilograms with all the fixations included. And finally, regarding the compatibilities with crash bars or center stands, you can find all details in the descriptions. And now, let's talk about fixations. The biggest request we got was to not fit the skid plate directly in the engine case. So we designed different plastic blocks. This one goes to the rear. You have 3 clamped bolts for the skid plate fixation on the center, and this one will allow to fix the linkage guard. It can be a little bit tricky to fit on the right side because we have few space with the shape of the frame. Just be patient, take your time to place the screw first, and relax, you only have to do once. Then comes this block that you'll have to fit on the rear of the skid plates. Make sure to line the 4 holes in the correct way, and this part will make the link between the skid plate and the frame by being fitting on the OEM support. For the front fixation, instead of the silent blocks and the front stainless steel fixation, we have these 2 plastic blocks cut in the mass, one on the left, one on the right. They will be fitted directly in the engine with 2 points, and at the front we have 4 points to fit the skid plate. They will create a gap between the engine and the skid plate to avoid any breakage in case of impact, and they will avoid also the direct contact between the skid plate and the engine. This stainless steel plate will be fixed directly on the right side of the frame and be linked on the skid plate. The goal will be to reinforce the resistance and also protect the exhaust. And finally, this last plastic block will be fixed on the top left of the skid plate and will form a real resistance around the oil filter. We are now ready to place and fit the skid plate on the bike. Quick reminder, place all the screws before tightening anything. You can start by the top of the skid plate. Second step, fix the rear. Come back to the front with the 4 screws. And finally, the 2 screws on the right side. You got it, you can tighten everything. If you want to use the linkage guard, this is the moment. So just take this plate, just slide in the holes that you can see at the rear of the skid plate and just use 2 screws to fix it. That's all for now. All information are in the descriptions. You may see the new rear rack we did for this bike. A link is also available. If you like the video or have any questions, please leave a comment. We'll be happy to answer. And waiting for that, we'll see you in another video. See you!